World-famous mediums Patti Negri and Richard-Lael Lillard as they spend this Halloween night using their gifts to help you win gifts. Welcome to the Psychic Game Show, live Halloween edition.
Woo! Happy Halloween, everybody!
Happy Halloween!
And I do think we have some tricksters here this evening, so we hope to keep you with us all. Hope you're having a great Samhain Halloween, everybody. We're going to talk about all of that. I am Patti Negri, one of your hosts. I am a psychic. I am a medium. I am a witch. This is one of my dearest friends in the world and co-host, Richard-Lael Lillard.
Hello. Sorry, we're having some technical difficulties here, and we have guests that are lined up, but it's not letting them in. There's a lot of
haunting going on. Well, hi Sugar, hi Grace, hi Robert. Thank you guys. So we're going to go all over the place. We're going to talk about what Halloween is, what Samhain is. Halloween, you know, what we know it here in America is that you dress up and you get candy and you go to parties and you do all sorts of fun stuff. But for us pagans, it really is our holiday, our new year of Samhain. And Samhain is when the veil is the thinnest, which is actually the reason people dress up to confuse the dark spirits. But in our belief system, also, it is a time to celebrate our deceased loved ones, celebrate our ancestors. So along with everything else, you know, before you go to bed or something like that, say hey to grandma, great aunt so-and-so, maybe light a candle for them, tell a story, do some memory, because this is the night to do it.
It certainly is. And you know, I was in Ohio yesterday, and my mother kept coming to me over and over and over with it was through "I Will Always Love You" on the radio. It was through a friend saying, "Oh, I always love deers. I just love deer. I love them." And I went, "Oh, it's my mother." So yes, the veil is thin. And now on this night, make a little wish, a little moment to remember them.
Yes, and I have a mother thing going to the Samhain/Halloween. I always wear this little urn with my mother's ashes in it. I've been wearing it, I don't know how many years, 6 years she's been on the other side of the veil. I was in New Orleans, of course, under the full moon with my fellow vampire witch types. We were on the Mississippi River. I looked down and this was open and her ashes were spread across my breasts.
Oh,
Someone wanted to get out, and it was like so hot. And I picked up a couple little rocks and I ate them. I know, sounds weird. Eating the bones of your ancestors, though, it's very magical. I was numb all over, but it was like, I was with Mama. Out of all these years, I mean, she's leaked a little before. I had to super glue the edges, but she has never completely come over and I am staying in New Orleans for a little while. And it was the most magical thing. I love that you're doing a mom thing too.
Well, you know, it's been almost a year, and she just was little visitations and a little visit in the dream just to say hello, and it was very sweet. It's very sweet. On the other side, she doesn't care about. Actually, on this side, I have a funny story. I've told it twice today already. So. My mother was hilarious. My mother was, as you know, very religious. She was Pentecostal, though she herself was a very powerful psychic medium. However, you know, as she aged, she pulled more into the faith that she grew up with. And she says to me about a month before she passed away, she said, "Well, you know, I'm worried about you and that thing that you think you are." And I said, "A satanic witch?" She says, "No, not that thing, the other thing." And I said, "Gay?" And she said, "Well, if that's what you want to call it."
You want to call it something different?
Right? So I think it's funny that my mother didn't care. My Pentecostal Christian mother didn't care about me being a satanic witch, but cared more about me.
That gay thing. That is funny. That is very funny. So how long? I know we're going to bring guests on. We're going to have
guests. And did I introduce you, my friend?
No,
I don't know.
Please tell me.
Forgive me. I know I introduced earlier before air. This is my very good friend, Ellie Dubin. Ellie Dubin and I go back at least a decade, and I don't even know how we met, but we became 10 years on the Book of Faces. And I have a funny story, actually. So about 5 years ago, maybe a little bit more, maybe 6 years ago, I had in my mind, I was going to buy a home here in New Orleans. I just was like, I'm going to buy a home. I'm going to do it.
Remember this.
And she says, okay, well, let me have the address and I'll go by and I'll see it. And I said, okay. And I give her the address. She says, nope. And I said, what do you mean? No. And she says, nope, that's the 9th word. And I went, and she said, well, it was devastated during Katrina. And it's really a dangerous place. I wouldn't go there with armed guards. And I went, well, okay. And she says, well, you're going to be robbed on the porch by 9-year-olds. And I went, oh, okay. And then she says, and then there's going to be cockroaches the size of Volkswagens. And I went, okay, I'm not going to move there. Never mind. I changed my mind. That's enough. I don't need that. Being robbed at gunpoint by a 9-year-old, fine. But cockroaches the size of Volkswagens.
No cockroaches. Yeah. You don't
Oh, that's all.
not in your beautiful home. Not in your beautiful home.
And it's true.
But you made it. You are now in New Orleans.
I am now in New Orleans.
And I missed you I left yesterday and then you showed back up yesterday. So that's we're passing in the wind, but we are here now.
But the good news is that you come to New Orleans frequently. And hopefully I'll be able to head back to Los Angeles more frequently.
Yes.
I always love to see you.
I always love to see you. So we have a plan. I know Rob wanted to talk about, again, being psychics and mediums, because this is a psychic game show, dang it. We're going to ask very deep questions to people. I knew when I was a little kid, I knew when I was a toddler, as long as I could remember, that the so-called imaginary friends weren't imaginary at all. They were real spirits I could talk to. There were the scary ones and the not scary ones. I had some very interesting playmates. And I literally started doing seances when I was 7 or 8. It just was in me. I knew how to do it. How about you, Richard-Lael?
Well, for me, I mean, I started really young. I just knew things that I thought everybody knew. I'm wearing a red cape. Well, it's a tablecloth. I'm wearing a red tablecloth. I just thought I was saying things that I thought everybody knew. And then it turns out that I was not. I was actually saying things that they didn't know. One of the funniest stories for me was my father had come down. He slipped into a coma. He'd come down with Guillain-Barré when I was 4. And he was pronounced dead. That comes later, but everyone was asking me, well, what do you want for your birthday? What do you want for your birthday? And I said, my father is coming home for my birthday. And they would go, oh, bless your little heart, which is Southern speak for you dumb kid. You have no idea. Bless your little heart. And so my father was pronounced dead. And then he was in the hospital and he was covered up, and then the nurse comes back in and he cleared his throat and she moved back the sheet. And for the first time in 3 months, my father sat straight up in bed and said, how are you today? And the nurse screamed and she fainted. She passed out on the floor. The doctor comes running in. What happened? What happened? My father said, I don't know, doc. I just said hello. And she passed out. And the doctor said, well, if a corpse had raised out of bed and talked to you, you'd pass out too. So my father came home the day and the night before my 5th birthday, and I sat there coloring. And my mother said, well, honey, aren't you excited? Your daddy came home for your birthday. And I said, I knew he was going to, but I'll have him for 20 more years, a little more, but 20 more years. 20 years later, he died the day and the night after my 25th birthday.
Wow, that's amazing. So we have these knowledges. Now I want to come, that is a beautiful story that you knew your daddy was coming home. I want to comment on Haley in the chat room. We love your comments, you guys. Thank you for being here. She said she's not a psychic. She's a medium for the dead. Medium, what a psychic is, and my technology is, a psychic is someone who could see into past, present, future probabilities, pathways.
Mm-hmm.
A medium is someone who can talk to the other side. In my experience, Haley, you must be psychic because all mediums do have the gift of psychic. Maybe you haven't developed it. Not all, in my experience, not all psychics are mediums, but all mediums are psychics. What do you think,
Yes.
Richard?
Oh, I absolutely agree. There is a difference. Again, whenever I'm dealing with being a psychic, I tell people that I deal only with probabilities, that you can change it. And then when I speak to the deceased, sometimes I get images, sometimes I get pictures, sometimes I get feelings, and I go, I don't know. Am I talking through time? Maybe. Am I talking to the actual person right now? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know how it works. I just don't know. But there is a difference.
Yes, and tonight is the night when the veil is thinnest. And the days leading up to it and everything, we have the Day of the Dead. So it's a magical time, everyone. I think we have one of our guests ready to come on. Do we want to bring on Chad? Mr. Chad Hatter.
Hi, Chad.
Who are we today, sir?
I can't hear you. Can you hear us? Are you on mute?
On it. I'm working on it. Okay, I got it.
Oh, good. You're home.
Yes, okay. Richard-Lael, explain what you mean when you say, "Oh, good, I'm home." Explain what you mean by that.
So Chadwick, you need to move your picture so that you're centered, so that we can see your. That's a little better. So Chadwick does not live in his car. He does not live in his car. However,
not anymore.
every time I call him, or he's always in his car, and he's always in his car on his way to visit me in Pasadena. Aww, not anymore. Anyway, hello, Chadwick. How are you, my darling?
I am run off my feet. I was up all night last night, all day and all night, finishing a costume for a client so I could deliver it today at noon, which I did. And then I took a very quick nap, and then I cleaned house. I managed to carve one pumpkin, and then I was hoping that I could linger in the house a little longer before I had to run out the door, but that didn't happen. So yes, I am coming to you from inside my car, and I don't have my teeth in because I decided not to wear them tonight. But tonight I am dressed as Winifred Sanderson, Winifred Sanderson's younger, more attractive brother. Because my two gentlemen friends who I'm on my way to pick up this evening, we all, for Comic-Con a couple years back, we did the Sanderson brothers. And so I've never actually worn this costume on Halloween, and so I decided to wear it tonight, which worked out beautifully because the other outfit that I wanted to wear, I found out to my abject horror, I had lent pieces of it out, and so I wasn't able to wear it. So this was the only thing that was accessible and was like in one piece where I knew where it was. So it all kind of worked out for the best.
Ha!
So go on. I'm sorry, Patty.
No, I was going to say, you're not driving, are you? You're in a car, but you're not driving, are you?
Oh, I am driving, but traffic is going. I am going precisely 5 miles an hour because it is Los Angeles on Halloween night on the 101, which I think is incredibly charming. So don't fret. I'm not like flying down the highway. I'm moving at a glacial pace.
Okay, because. Well, I'm not going to have you show us your dress or outfit or whatever it is then. That you can't do while driving.
True. Although the best I can do is this, because the bulk of the costume is in the back seat. But it's fine. It's on my Instagram. Anyone who's looking, if they want to run over to Chad Hatter on Instagram, you can see it there. And it's a lovely sort of medieval Renaissance short-tempered sorcerer. It's great.
Can you tilt the camera down just a little bit so we can give a little bit more of your beautiful face? There we go. Perfect. Should we go ahead and ask some questions?
Yes, we should.
So
let's ask a trivia question.
Yes, trivia questions. Chadwick,
go ahead. How do we do this? This is our first question. We ask, and we have people in the audience try to guess, and then he tells us.
So Chadwick is going to ask us any random fact from the movie, anything, and then he can answer later on. But he's going, and then I think since Chadwick was my friend first, I think I'm going to give a little head to whoever gets the first one right. So whoever gets this question right is going to get a little head. And so Chadwick is going to ask some trivia, and then we're going to wait. We'll let people in the group. The first ones that pop up, that's who's going to win. You have to kind of guess what we're thinking. Okay, so Patti and I, you out there at home have to know what we are thinking. So Chad is going to ask the question, and then producer Rob says he wants to guess Chad's favorite Sanderson sister. I think that one is too easy. I think that one is.
It is not. It point of order. It is not what you think it is.
It is not what I think it is.
So everybody out there, what is Chad Hatter's favorite Sanderson sister? Dee, 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 dee. Oh, we have a psychic challenge. Does that mean we're trying to guess? And
are we trying to guess?
I thought we give away prizes and they get. This is a very organized game show, just like in Hollywood.
Nope, it's for the audience. So Mary, someone, Christy Cragen says Sarah. There's a lot of Winifred. I thought I saw someone say Mary. I don't know. Oh, Maury says
Sarah
Mary.
Michelle Gellar, Mary Sanderson, Sarah. Wait, phase 2.
I don't know. How much time do we give them?
I don't know. I guess maybe that's it. All right. Chad, who is your favorite Sanderson sister?
The correct answer is the herbalist, homemaker witch herself, Miss Mary Sanderson.
Yay!
Hey, who said Mary first? I think it was Maury Bella who said Mary first. So, Maury, contact me. I'm going to give you a little head.
Yay! How often do you hear that?
But remind me in the messages when you message me, tell me that I promised you a little head so that I can send you the right one.
It's a family game show.
It's a family game show.
It is. Okay.
I lead a charmed life.
That is beautiful. So, all right. Do we ask Chad another question? How long are you with us, Chad? Or
I think Chadwick, why don't you ask a question to the audience? What, like a trivia? Anything that you want to ask?
So Hocus Pocus was directed by Kenny Ortega, and Hocus Pocus originally was meant to be a made-for-TV movie. What other made-for-TV movie, specifically a musical, did Kenny Ortega direct for the Disney Channel?
ooh, a good, serious question.
That is a very good, serious question.
I'm glad you like this, David. All right. So, what other movie did Kenny Ortega direct? We're not getting a lot of answers.
I'm parked right now, but I can't see the
Okay, we've got some answers coming in. We've got some answers coming in.
Halloween Town, Addams Family, LOL.
Witches, High School Musical,
Xenon,
Casper. Okay, we'll give a couple more. High School Musical, we've got again.
High School
Getting
Musical
a
again?
lot of votes.
What was it, Chadwick? You want to answer?
The correct answer is, in fact, High School Musical.
Yay!
I don't know who's going.
We have to scroll down. The first one to say High School Musical, I believe, was Angelica Bartel. Angelica Bartel.
producer Rob wants to know, name one other famous witch Chadwick has dressed as. And by the way, nobody calls him Chadwick but me. That's my pet name for Chadwick.
Okay, but and all of us now.
Name one other famous witch Chad has dressed as. Oh, Angela wins that one, by the way. The last one, Angela wins. I don't know what she wins, but Angela wins that one.
I could give her some Ghost Finder soap.
Yes, that one. You
Okay.
get some
Ghost Finder soap. I don't know if you know Ghost Finders. It's a team I work with. It's the #1 show on Paraflix. It's Rob Thompson from the UK. It's all sorts of fabulous things. So, Angelica, let us know who you are, where you are. And this is beautiful, made by Crescent Moon Soap, handmade, very few of a kind. It's a magical green ghost find. You'll find ghosts if you use this soap.
Fabulous.
You're welcome.
Oh, Chadwick's voice is gone.
Oh,
Chadwick, I can't hear you.
I picked up Little Red Riding Hood.
Hello, Little Red Riding Hood. What other famous witch has Chad dressed as?
I don't know specifically who he's referencing.
I don't know either.
I'm guessing Maleficent, who I always consider to be a fairy personally. But
no, but don't answer it yet. Don't answer it, but don't. I mean, you did
just answer it.
You did answer it. I mean, I don't know. That was for the audience.
I'm so bad at this. I don't know why you people like me.
So funny.
Well, we'll skip that question.
We'll skip that one. Should we move on to Courtney?
Let's move on to Courtney, because now that Chad's got a car full of people.
We've got a car full of people. We love you. Bye, Chadwick.
Oh, that's it? I had more questions.
Oh, you have more questions?
Okay. Give us one.
You know what? It's fine. They're not important. What is important is that everyone have a safe, healthy, happy Halloween or Samhain, depending on your proclivities. Logan, say hi to the folks at home. Hi, bless Samhain.
Oh, wow. Jimmy has a great question that I should lead in and give a prize for. Can we do it that way? Jimmy's got a great question.
Yes.
Okay. Jimmy's question is, what is the doll or dolly in Zach Bagans' haunted museum that has blonde hair and she's upstairs? Who is the doll? Haunted doll, very haunted doll.
No.
Hi, Courtney. All right.
Hi. No.
If you guys vote, I will give you a copy of my book, because I will give you a copy of my book, Old World Magic for the Modern World. Tips. This is a $13 plus shipping value. A copy of my book. If who is the first to guess the name of Zach's blonde bubblehead evil doll? You're starting to get in. I see. Patty says, Sally, Peggy, Sally the doll, Tiffany, Annabelle. I know this because I love Ghost Feather. Peggy, well, you guys, the answer is Peggy the doll. I must say, so the person who got it first was Patty. This is a Patty night. Is it her name Patty? Patty Holly. So congrats, Patty, you are going to make sure we have your information and address. I'm going to send you a copy of my book, Old World Magic for the Modern World. It is Peggy the doll. I actually did a seance with her before his museum was even a museum, when he had one of his spinoffs. It was called Deadly Possessions, and he flew me in to do a seance with this doll. She's given like 2 people heart attacks, literally, just looking at her on camera. There's like all these disclaimers to go in. You will love her, Courtney.
Oh, no, I will not.
She makes people with heart attacks. I had to cut all these cords. It's been on Deadly Possessions, and then they replayed it to one version of Ghost Adventures. Scary. Right now she recognizes me. Now she has her own room, and they have a spirit box in there. You have to say hello to her. You have to say goodbye to her. and you walk in and you don't have to go in if you don't want to. I walk in that room and she curses at me. Words I cannot even say here on this podcast. It's like, hi, Peggy, you look so pretty. Do you remember me? All right. So Courtney, you have to come to Vegas and I'm going to take you to meet you, Peggy.
No, thank you.
Woo-hoo! Speaking of haunted dolls too, I was at the House of Wills in Cleveland, Ohio, and it's my friend Eric Freeman owns this house. It was originally built as a Freemasonic lodge and a German opera house, and then it was turned into a funeral home. And there is a room filled full of, guess what, Courtney?
Not a dolls.
No, you're not so lucky. Though there is one Halloween doll, animatronic. There is one of those. So I think you
See,
might.
I'm psychic too.
You are. And not a doll is a doll.
False. Not a doll has batteries.
Dolls have batteries.
This is a Halloween decoration. It only is for sale during Halloween to decorate for your house for Halloween.
No. You will. You lose. Anyway, let us introduce Courtney.
That's me.
You probably know Courtney from our regular Wednesday, The Witches Movie Coven. You know Courtney from Scared and Alone. And anywhere in Salem, if she's giving lovely Salem tours, correcting people on the incorrect witch story of Salem. So what is your thoughts about Halloween, Miss Courtney?
Oh, Halloween is not just a day, Patty, it's a lifestyle. So my whole house is Halloween decorated all the time. I like to go shopping for home decor the first week after Halloween because that's when all the Halloween stuff goes on sale. But yeah, it has been a rough month as far as Salem goes. Luckily, I was not in Salem tonight. I was out trick-or-treating with my kid, but I, on Saturday, was there, and it was a beautiful day. The weather was great. It was like 70s, and we had so many people there. Our old record was an estimated 110,000 visitors to this this tiny little area. They estimated 200,000 visitors on Saturday. So standing in the middle of the street, like I took a picture and I think I sent it to everybody of the just sheer amount of people. And they had closed down more streets than they normally do. So that was the dispersed crowd. Like you couldn't move through the dispersed crowd, and trying to get tour guests across the street from where we checked them in to go with their guide. Like I had to stand like this and people were running me over, and someone dressed as a giant Jack Skellington touched me on my back weirdly. And I was like, oh my God, I just want to go home. And then it took me over an hour to get home, and I had to drive through police barricades and everything else. There was a lot of craziness. So I am glad that that aspect of it is over and we can get back to the history part of Salem, and I can get back to enjoying Halloween in my own way instead of in a crowd.
The rest of the year. Yeah, those pictures, because anybody who hasn't been there, Salem is a little bitty town. The main part where everybody goes, Salem is this little bitty thing, and that's a lot of people. It's like if you picture Times Square on New Year's Eve, that's what it looked like, the pictures that you sent us. So.
Yeah. Yep, for sure. And it's not built to accommodate that. So it's old 1600, it was the city was started, a long time ago.
Courtney, I should say that today I'm dressed as Mr. Mephistopheles, which certainly plays into your Salem lore, doesn't it?
It sure does.
And you might say because the crucible is it really happened, didn't it?
Oh yeah, exactly as it was written in the book. No, that pained me to even joke about.
But I have a question, Courtney.
Mm-hmm.
Did the real Mephistopheles wear such a lovely red tablecloth from the Goodwill?
I was gonna say, listen, maybe he wore a tablecloth, but not such a glorious red cape as that.
Oh, thank you, darling. It's a tablecloth. It's a tablecloth.
Is it really a tablecloth?
It really is.
How did you get that collar?
Well, the collar has this foam in it. So I was going to visit my friend Christina in Ohio, And I thought, well, I have this devil mask. Maybe I'll do that. And I packed my smoking jacket. And I thought, I don't even know what I'm going to do. Maybe I brought this sort of Victorian cape. And I didn't really know what I was going to do. And then I just sort of last minute pieced it all together as Mephistopheles. And I was in the Goodwill. And I found this perfectly red cardinal colored tablecloth. And I draped it over my shoulders. Oh, I really like that. And then I went back to her house and I thought, it's fine, but I really would like it to have this sort of Elvis collar. And so she went down into her cellar and she found some foam and I quickly cut it out. I cut the bottom off and I hot glued it all together. So now I am wearing the Christmas tablecloth on Halloween.
I love that. I love that too.
This is my toasting fork. It used to be part of my car.
It is perfect. All right. So do we have a question for Courtney, or is it?
I have a question for Courtney.
Okay.
Oh no. Okay.
So I have a question for Courtney. Courtney has a prize that Courtney will be giving away, but I'm going to ask this. Let me see. I thought I had a question. So I lost it. So here's my question. What is the most terrifying home, house, or building that Courtney Buckley has investigated on Scared and Alone? What is hands down the most terrifying, frightening, scary, horrible experience that Courtney has had? You can answer right here.
Okay, everybody give your answer.
So there's the Winchester House.
They're all up online. Go to scaredandalone.com. There's a page.
The Evansville House, the Conjuring House.
These are some good answers, and I hope that our producers are not taking note because
you don't
I'm gonna have a real rough time coming up.
The Conjuring House. I see the number 21, says Grace. The Villisca Axe Murder House, says Tabitha Meadows. The Conjuring House, Penhurst.
Ooh.
The Axe Murder House, says Haley Castellano. Anybody else?
All right. We don't know what they're giving.
The Lizzie Borden House.
What do they get? Do you have a prize for somebody? Or do we need to come up with something?
I think Courtney has a prize from mysterycontrol.com.
I do. I have the prize actually ties into this question or the answer to it. The prize that I will be giving away tonight is a Villisca Axe Ham sweatshirt because the most terrifying place that I have been to is the Villisca Axe Murder House.
And look at me. I just see Haley wrote the one with the ham right there. Who was guess that? Let's scroll down.
I don't remember who was first. Someone.
I think it's Tabitha Meadows.
I think Tabitha Meadows was number one. So Tabitha Meadows, you get a prize, and you get a prize, and you get a prize.
Yay!
Amazing! Good job. Yes, thank you for allowing me to relive my trauma on this day of Halloween.
So, what is your favorite thing about Halloween, Miss Courtney? Other than the decor that you use all year long.
Well, I think, it's just the spooky spirit. I have a cold black soul and it gets to come out on Halloween and I get to be, my spooky self. And it just something about the weather, the scary movies, like it's just the time that I get to love not that I don't live my openly authentic self all the time. I do, but everybody partakes in it with me at this time of year. And so all my favorite things, scary movies, scary video games, scary books, the leaves falling, the crisp air. I walked outside today and for the first time it smelled like fall and it was beautiful.
Smelled like Starbucks pumpkin spice.
No, that would make me vomit because I hate pumpkin spice.
I think that's illegal. I think that is illegal.
So I have another question, and I can actually give away one of my Nada dolls here. Hold on.
Okay.
Let's see which one I'm gonna give away. How about the tricycle one? This one rides its tricycle. It's horrifying.
Why do you seem so scared?
Like the wheels move.
All I wanted to do was play with you.
So if anyone can get this, it would be which doll lives in my nightmares? Because as we know, I'm terrified of dolls.
I know the answer. I know
Okay.
the answer. I know the answer.
Well, I'll give everyone a hint because I feel like people are gonna guess a made-up doll in a movie, and that's not the answer.
Nope.
All right, everybody. What doll gives her the nightmares?
This one says Coraline, Chucky, Robert the doll, Annabelle. Moribella says Annabelle. Heather says Chucky. There's a lot of Robert.
American Girl doll. Those are scary.
No, that's my dolly.
Robert the doll or Annabelle, Sally,
Cabbage
Patch dolls, the doll named Christina.
Okay. Any more guesses?
Do we know? All right.
All right. Richard-Lael, I'd love to hear what your guess is.
It's Annabelle.
Nope.
Really?
Nope. And I'll tell you this. So I do have no one guessed the first one. There's two. No one guessed the first one. Someone did guess the second one. So the first one was on an episode of Scared and Alone. It was the first doll I ever held at the Burnbrae Mansion in the doll closet. And I take that literally because that night when I tried to sleep, because I had to sleep there, I woke up or I was having a dream at like 2 a.m. and then I woke up. And in my dream, I could feel the doll in my arms. And I was like, I have to get up. I have to get to my baby. I have to get to my baby. And sitting up in my brain, I was going to the doll closet, and sitting up woke me up. And I thought, I'm not going to the doll closet at 2 a.m. to get a doll. Like, who is this person? No, thank you. But all night long, I heard pacing back and forth in front of my room. Come to find out, after I left and got home, someone who had worked there told me that there was an infant who I had visited their grave earlier that day. They were born in the house and died in the house on the same day. And the midwife carried the baby's body and paced back and forth in that hallway. So I was like channeling that. So that has terrified me ever since. The other doll that someone did guess is the doll in the chair, whose name is Tyler, at Stimson Hospital, because he had real human hair. And every time anyone goes to Stimson Hospital that I know, they send me pictures of Tyler and ask me if I am ready to kiss him on the mouth because David's long. That is, you could do that to Tyler. I bet he'd like it. You can do that so I don't have to.
Okay. So
Haley Castellano, you got a Nada doll coming your way.
Woo-hoo!
Get in touch with me and send me your address. Oh, I'm tangled on my cords.
One in the chair. Well, congratulations, everyone. All right. Should we have a question about one of your questions, Richard-Lael, or one of my questions?
Let's do one of mine. Why not? I'm here. So let's see. I don't know what one of my questions would be. You ask me a question. That's what we'll do.
Okay. All right.
Well, first of all, we should see what prize. Okay, whoever gets this one, I'm gonna bone.
You already gave away a little head. Now you're gonna bone him? Okay.
Oh my God. Amazing.
Do you want me to ask the question of you?
I don't care. You
Okay.
ask the question.
My question is, he's done a couple, but what was Richard-Lael's first episode on the TV show Ghost Adventures? What was Richard-Lael's first appearance on Ghost Adventures? Was Zach Bagans?
I know my first appearance. My first appearance was this one.
The good one.
You just almost made me spit out my Diet Coke.
Don't spit out your Diet Coke on Halloween. His own house. I went at his house.
Yes.
He was interviewed. Can't remember which one. Pasadena.
That was the closest one. I think no, there's one word. There's one word that you are missing. And if you get this one word, that's 3 words.
Can somebody guess that?
Yes. Can someone guess? If you can guess, oh, you're close, Moribella. You have to say all 3 words. Moribella, you have to say all 3 words. It's the yes. You have to say all 3 words.
Come on.
I'm stressed. Oh,
yeah, Moribella, you got it. I am officially going to bone you.
oh, wait. Someone else said it first.
Did somebody else say it first?
Patty Holy, Pasadena Ritual House.
Nope.
Oh, yeah,
Below
yeah,
that,
yeah.
Kane Lee Monier.
Okay, I don't know who.
Oh,
Rob-
yeah, Kane said it had Pasadena Ritual House.
Okay, Kane Monier.
You get boned.
I will officially bone you. Send me a message and I will bone you.
Wow.
With my New Orleans bones.
Are you going to wear these power panties while you do it?
I will take them off for that.
Oh, special.
Take off his power panties, but he'll keep the pillow. Okay. All right. Do you guys have a question for me about anything?
Yes, I do have a question for you. What should we win?
Okay. We could win a copy of my book. I have the right size envelope and everything. Signed copy of my book, Old World Magic for the Modern World.
I have the perfect question for you.
Okay.
There is a seance that you were at a famous rock star's house. The house is from the 20s. In this seance, there was a kid who was acting up. He was acting a fool. And in this seance, there were signs. There were some, but I'm looking for this particular thing. The cameraman was faced with the paranormal and it left a mark on him. What affected the cameraman?
Yes. So do they just guess that, or do they guess the famous house, or do they guess?
I tell you what, if they can guess what happened and guess the famous house, I think we already have a winner though. Margot Walker says Ozzy Osbourne. And
that's not right.
No. Okay. So, guess the house and guess what happened to the cameraman.
Okay. Yeah. Try to guess both if you can.
You have to guess two words. Who owned the house? Who owned this house? What happened to the cameraman?
Okay.
This is I'm sweating.
No, I tell you what. I don't want to give it away because it's not the Osbournes.
Oh, we're getting there. We're getting there.
I think we should can we send them some psychic energy?
We've got actually both answers of what happened and the house have been named.
We just need them together. So type it in the comments right now. It is this house from this famous rocker.
Who's on the house? Sam and Colby. Sam caught Colby. Martin Manson.
Christina Andrick says Martin Manson house and fire. Do we want to get?
Good, so close. Think a little harder, Christina, because we've got the name and we've got the fire. So, all right, everybody, it was Marilyn Manson's house, and the cameraman did catch on fire, and he got burned, and it came into the shape of a dragon, because I work dragon magic. And it's one of my scariest, best, truest stories. Great question. So we got to figure out, Christina got Martin Manson versus Marilyn Manson and fire. A couple people did get Marilyn Manson and a couple people did get fire. We might have to send this to the judges, which would mean our producer, Rob.
Yeah, we'll send that to the judges. What do you say,
Well, that's
producer?
for the judges. Who won? It was Marilyn Manson's house. It was caught on camera. We were shooting a documentary. Actually, the house was built by Charlie Chaplin. The Rolling Stones manager owned it, so the Rolling Stones stayed there. The Mamas and Papas, the person who rented the real life sex doll lived there, and then my neighbor Marilyn Manson for 7 years. This is in my neighborhood. I live in an old 1920s neighborhood in the Hollywood Hills, right under the sign. And this all really did happen. It was caught on camera. So we are waiting for our
Christina and Dietrich is the winner.
Okay, Christina was the winner. Yay! You get a copy of my book, Old World Magic. Let's make sure that we have your address. I will send you a signed copy of it. You probably won't get it until I get back from Michigan and Tasmania. It'll be in late November, but unless I can get it out before that, but you will get it. I promise. But I have not worked with Ozzy. I've worked with his son, Jack Osborne. I've done his show, but not Ozzy, but that would be fun too. Good question, Richard-Lael. All right. So well done to everybody. All right. Did we ever get any of our do we have any other guests hiding here yet?
We have Jason Mackey.
I was psychic. Yes, Jason Mackey. Wow.
The veil is thin, and boom. You know, he asked for a guest, and I just show up.
That was amazing. How was your Halloween, Samhain, so far?
Very, very, very quiet. We've had like 8 trick-or-treaters. It's the lowest amount of trick-or-treaters we've ever had.
Well, I'll turn a few tricks if that'll make you feel better.
Wow.
I'll pay good money for those tricks.
Jason, I know you just got here, but so far Richard-Lael has given away a little head and boned someone.
Whoa,
That's true.
I'm in the right place.
See,
I'm in the right place.
A little head.
Yeah, I love it.
And I boned somebody.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully. That's why I have the headphones on in case any trick-or-treaters show up. They don't have to hear about the boning in the head.
And your beautiful blonde locks are prettier than ever this evening,
Oh.
Jason.
I don't feel like I'm quite situated. I got in the room and then boom, I was live. You know, usually I have to fuss for a while, and I didn't get my fussing time in.
All right. What kind of a question do we have for Jason? Jason, do you have a question you want the people to guess about you?
I was told by a producer that the question is, what are my favorite Halloween candies?
Oh.
Ooh, that
alcohol doesn't count, right?
Which
what
one
did you
does?
win, Jason?
Alcohol doesn't count.
Alcohol does not count. Yeah, that's not really a candy, so we can't count that.
What do they win? What do they win today?
They win a pair of Browich shoes.
Oh,
That is
that's
really
a
good one.
prize.
That's a really great cord. It's not as great of a prize as a Richard-Lael pillow, but it's still a pretty good prize.
That's a great prize. That's a high-end prize. That's good. Okay, we're getting Kit Kats. We've got candy corn. We've got Snickers. We got more candy corn.
Yeah, I even wrote them on a piece of paper, so like I could be completely like I couldn't like play favorites.
Tootsie Pop.
Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put you on the spot, Jason.
Mm-hmm.
So don't give it away.
Mm-hmm.
But I want you to do a movie review like you do about your favorite candy. Can you do it
Without giving it away?
Without giving it away.
Oh wow, we just had more trick-or-treaters. Yes, I think I can do that. I think I can do it. Imagine 2 worlds colliding at once. 2 different types of candy in one. Flavors of watermelon, cherry, grape, sour apple, and strawberry. It will leave you licking for more. It is my favorite Halloween candy.
Yeah.
As good as any movie review. All right, you guys, that was a good hit. We got Warheads, we got Starburst, we got Lollipops, Jolly Ranchers, more Starburst, gummies, Skittles, Lifesavers, Tootsie Pops.
Yeah, this is a tough one. It's not
Jelly beans.
a common one, though. I did buy a giant bag of them today at Target, so I know that other people do hand them out to children at Halloween.
Candy corn. You are one of those candy
Up,
corn.
up. We're getting close. We're getting close.
Bubblegum lollipop, Sour Patch.
I think I know what it is.
Skittles,
Yeah.
Laffy Taffy, Jolly. Oh, you're getting the most guests anybody. All
Well,
right.
I mean, this is a pretty random like question, so you can just throw everything at the wall and see what sticks. But it feels like there was one of those that was really, really close. Another one that was really, really close, but it's not quite the name of the candy. And I'm a big fan of the candy. And Shock Tarts, Sour Patch Kids. No, I'm too sweet to be sour. Bubble Pops. It's close. You're getting there. It's close. Yeah. Sweetheart. It's like the official name of the candy.
The favorite name of the candy.
The official name of the candy. Can you go get me one of them? Not the gross kind that I hate. They're under the. They're like on the little low shelf, on the middle rack.
We have props on this one. We have real props.
Yeah, my wife is helping Dum Dum Pops. I love Dum Dum Pops, but I always felt cheated with Dum Dum Pops because it's like a dime's worth of candy. They've
gotten smaller over the years. Tootsie Pops have gotten smaller over the years too.
Yeah, it's like more stick than candy.
Oh.
I mean, I don't mind it.
All right. Are we getting it? All right, everybody. He's going to show it up. What we have it. What is that? Tootsie Pop?
It's not a Tootsie Pop.
Oh, I know what it is.
You got it now, Courtney?
Mm-hmm. I was wrong on my original guess, but I love these.
I remember them, but I can't remember. I haven't had one since I was
boom.
Blow Pop, Alyssa.
I think Alyssa got it, or was it Haley? It was Haley who got it.
First. Haley got it first.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Haley got it first.
Blow Pop. Also, it's bubble gum on the inside.
Yep.
Right.
Haley Castellano got that one.
So congratulations, Haley. This was a tough one. This was a toughest question out there.
And I wasn't sure how this would work, if it was just going to be like one candy or many, but there they are at the top. Blow Pops. So I'm a big blowhard, I guess. I don't know, but I just love them. I loved gum as a kid, and there was not a lot of gum in Trick or Treat. So this was the one.
That is amazing. Well, we have like 5 more minutes left for this. Do we have any other trivia questions we want to ask? I've forgotten our script. Do we have any other guests hiding out there?
I think we have one more guest that's hiding in the wings.
Are they?
Do we?
Let's bring them on.
Wait, our producer Rob wants to know Jason's favorite ghost song. What do they win? Jason's favorite ghost song.
I think they promised 2 pairs of shoes, so it'd be another.
Oh, that's another fancy gift.
Okay,
yeah,
that's a very good gift.
This is a really great.
Jason's favorite ghost song. I don't know why. I don't understand that reference.
Glasses. If you win glasses, maybe which is movie Coven glass or a Bro Witch glass or something.
Yeah,
like
Bro Witch glass is a good. That's a good guess. Yeah. What is Robert the Doll's favorite candy? Probably Jason's brains. I'm so frightened of Robert the Doll. Like watching him on YouTube. I think my favorite ghost song is a little obscure. That's a little rough.
You don't like
Kiss
it?
the Go-Go's a great guess.
I love that Courtney is tormenting someone with a doll.
My, how the tables have turned.
Since we're getting some ghost answers, I'll give you a hint. It is my favorite romantic ode to Satan. So there you go.
All right, you guys. What is his favorite Halloween song? We've got Enchained Melody, Monster Mash, Dance Macabre. Keep guessing.
Cerise, that's the right album. That's the right album.
Did
So
you
you're getting
ever
close.
see a hearse go by and think that you were going to die? The worms go in.
I don't like that Jason and I just started doing the same dance to that. Like something is wrong here.
It has been a year that we've been doing the show together, Courtney.
That's true.
Mhm. Yeah.
Won't you guess my name? Oh, that's a good one. Won't you guess? Is Otis? Oh, that would be my one too. Spookson, year 0. Okay, any more guesses? And I emailed and messaged on Insta. Adam's Family.
Okay, here's an easier question. What is my all-time favorite rock and roll band? It's not Ghost, and they're from the 70s.
We can't change the question now.
Is it too late? Okay. I'm just trying to give an easier question.
No, there's a bunch of guesses in it.
Okay. We're getting a lot of ghosts. We're getting a lot of good ones. It's a ballad, if that helps all of you out there. It's definitely a ballad.
Okay, Rolling Stones. Happy Halloween. Hi, everybody. Thank you for your comments. AC/DC. Led Zeppelin. Mine's Blank. Bloody Blank. Yes. Meatloaf. Mummy Dust. All right.
Led Zeppelin is my all-time favorite rock band. So there we go. How about that? That's it.
That's it. They win. Yay!
They win.
You didn't have a song?
The song would have been "He Is" from by Ghost, but no, we never got to that song. So yeah. Oh, there's after I said it. I don't know. It's so close.
Yeah, but it's so close. You already
We'll
said
have to leave that to the producer, our producer, or
Yeah.
Robert the doll.
Let Robert pick.
Oh boy.
Just severed fingers for everyone.
All right.
I have 2 Roberts. They could both.
I only have one Robert, but I also have a Robert shot glass, and you have the. I didn't want the holiday Robert. I like the regular Robert.
I like.
I have the Robert rum.
I got that too, but I'm almost 8 years sober, so I had to give
you
it
don't
away.
want the Robert rum, but it has a chocolate on it.
But so that was the deal. I had to give it away, and then the person I gave it away to has to drink it and then send me the bottle back.
Oh, that's fair.
So that way it doesn't go to waste.
All right, we are almost to the end. So what is everybody going to do tomorrow night? You're coming back here, right? We have Witches Movie Coven. Everybody you're seeing on this screen, plus beautiful Heather Green, I think. And we are doing the movie Coco. Animated film.
Don't, because your text about that reminded me and made me start crying again.
My text?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. I'll tell that story tomorrow, and then we can all cry together.
I'm gonna be weeping. Just everybody prepare yourselves, because tomorrow on Witches Movie Coven, I will be sobbing hysterically, and I would just appreciate it if everyone would just pretend it wasn't happening.
Now, do we have one other guest though?
I don't think they showed up.
I guess they didn't.
They jumped off a bridge. They'll be a ghost now for Day of the Dead.
That took a turn.
He slept through it. Our guest slept through it. He jumped off a bridge and he slept.
I have another gift to give away though. I would like to give away one more gift.
Okay.
I don't know, who should we ask? Let's see. I'm on my laptop and it's getting ready to die. Okay, let's ask.
It is Halloween, so it has to die.
It has to die. All things must die. Who wants to ask a question? Anybody? Who wants to be asked a question?
I will ask a question.
Okay.
Okay.
And I'm going to tell them what you're going to win in this one. You are going to win one of my favorite books. It is the Ghastly Crumb Tinies. I have read it 500,000 times, and I will sign the inside like I own it, but I don't. Anyway, so you will be winning one of my favorite books of all time, Ghastly Crumb Tinies.
All right. And what is the question, Miss Courtney?
So because it's Halloween, I like to be scared. So I'm going to ask a scary question, if that's all right. Patti, in all of your great adventures, what was the time that you were the most scared?
Good question. Good question. So all my adventures all over the world, most of them, and with the one that it was, is something that people could have seen on television.
Let's see. Do we have any answers? Death is not the end, but the beginning of a new life or another world.
Yes, indeed.
Grace says Cecil.
Ooh.
Margot Walker says with Zach Baggins. With a Dark Witch Haunted Muse Up. Demon House. Queen Mary. Cecil Hotel.
Okay. You guys have really good guesses. The Cecil was number 2, actually, when I almost was going to jump out a window. But the number 1 was who guessed the Dark Witch. It was me against Lady Snake. The very first time when we were up Ed Gaines' cauldron and she was doing dark magic, and he put me in this room with this cute little English woman who looked like she wanted to serve me tea and said she wanted to kill me with Ed Gaines' thing. That was the scariest because I had no idea what I was. So the person who guessed that, good question, Courtney, was Shadow Stevens. Shadow Stevens.
Yay!
Message me. And then speaking of which.
Which?
So this is a wonderful book on how people die. So A is for Amy, who fell down some stairs. I'm not going to read the rest, but B is for Basil, assaulted by bears. So yes. Message me.
Beautiful.
It's so fun.
All right, you guys. So come back tomorrow, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you go to mysterycontrol.com and get some merch. You could get those Bro Witch shoes. You could get that Richard-Lael pillow. You could get Patty's Power Panties. You could get some fabulous cloaks, like Courtney has everything. Customized t-shirts with sayings from all of us. Mysterycontrol.com. Secret thing, code Patty to get 25% off anything you buy. Spellcaster, Power Panties, Magic, Bro Witch, glasses, cups, dresses. You can get a spirit board dress. Amazing things. If you like us, please tell your friends. This was a fun one-off thing. How about if you give us, what did you think of tonight? This was, again, we made it up as we went last minute. Do you give us wands up or wands down?
Ooh, that's a good question.
That is a good question.
I give blow pops up.
Blow pops up. I give dragons up. But we don't get to vote. They vote for us. Do we get wands up or wands down?
What is it?
I had so much fun. So
This was fun. Wands up. Tonight was wonderful. Wands up. Wands up. Wands up. Ah, yay.
Fabulous.
Because they know we would curse them if they gave us a
That's true.
Abracadabra.
No, we won't curse you. But thank you. Oh, it's 2 in the morning. And Kane, we want to thank you for getting here at 2 in the morning. And we appreciate, because you can always watch things later. It's up on YouTube. But here we get to have you in the chat room, and it means the world to us. So everybody say goodbye. I am Patti Negri. Thank you. PattiNegri.com. Like us, follow us on social media. I'm headed out for Michigan, Mid-Michigan Paracon in a couple of days. Everybody say goodbye. Jason.
Yeah, happy Halloween. Happy Samhain.
Yes. Courtney.
Happy Halloween, everyone. I will be asleep for the next 30 days.
Yay. Richard-Lael.
Happy Shallow Queen.
All right, you guys. Happy Halloween. Celebrate your deceased loved ones. Have some candy. Act silly. Get yourself a doll.
No.
Yes.
Sell your soul.
Halloween. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Harness your psychic abilities to win prizes from celebrity guests. Join world-famous mediums Patti Negri and Richard-Lael Lillard as they spend this Halloween night using their gifts to help you win gifts. Welcome to the Psychic Game Show, live Halloween edition.